In this episode, we go to Rottnest Island for a day trip. We hire bikes and cycle an entire lap of the island, stopping off at all of the best places. This has got to be one of the best islands that I've ever visited. We see some absolutely amazing places and we hang out with these crazy little animals called Quokkas. This is going to be a good one. So to maximise our time on Rottnest Island and get the most out of this day trip, we got the first ferry out in the morning, which means being at the port for 7 o'clock. We used a ferry company called Rottnest Fast Ferries, which left from Hillary's Boat Harbour in Perth. The ferry was clean, quick and cheap, and it got there within 45 minutes. Lisa and I have driven back down to Perth, and this morning we got the first ferry to Rottnest Island. We're here for 8.5 hours, we're getting the last ferry back again, and the plan is to rent bikes, cycle all around the island and check it out and hopefully meet some Quokkas. If you don't know what a Quokka is, there's a picture of one now. All of the ferries arrive in the same place, which is a small town called Settlement. This is where all the infrastructure is for the entire island. I could hear a didgeridoo. We chose to rent our bikes at a company called Pedal & Flipper, which is the only option if you don't want to rent it through the ferry company, and it actually works out a bit cheaper. Oh yes. We booked and reserved our bikes online, but you don't have to do that. You can do it on the day, it just means waiting in line for a bit longer. You choose from your bike size, small, medium and large, and help yourself to a helmet and a bike. So welcome to Rottnest Island. We're cycling around the island clockwise and we're going to try and stick to the coast. We might pop inland if we hear that there's some Quokkas there, or who knows. So yeah, it's a lovely day. It's about 18 degrees, so not too hot. Should be a cracker. Lizard on the road, lizard on the road. Whoa. Plug the bikes up, first stop, Henrietta Rocks. So we just arrived at Genie's Lookout. Genie's Lookout. And it actually is pretty amazing. We've got loads of reef that's all sort of exposed because the tide's quite low at the moment. Okay, so now we've cycled to a place called Little Salmon Bay. Check this out. Okay, we're leaving Little Salmon Bay, which is really nice. I went to go for a swim, I went like waist deep. Oh, it's too cold. I'm so shit with cold water, like notoriously bad. So yeah, I'm gonna opt out of this one, but look at this. Little Salmon Bay, thumbs up. So these birds are called ospreys, and they live in big nests made of whatever they can find, including the bones of their prey. And check that out. That is an osprey nest. The island's a lot bigger than you think it might be. It's probably going to be the full day to do the lap of the island if we stop as much as we are. And finally, we're not getting hounded by flies. Yes, so much better down here. Yeah, there are flies, like there's one on my face right there, but one, not 1,001 like Exmouth. So this is really nice. So this is a Quokka. It hops around like a kangaroo. It's about the size of a cat. It's got a really cute little face. It's a herbivore and it's really confident with humans. Native only to southwestern Western Australia, with quite a few of them on Rottnest Island. People love to get selfies with these things. So we just parked our bikes up and walked 200 metres or something to a place called Marjorie Bay. Down this path. It looks like it's going to be pretty special. We're the only ones down here as well, because I always find on places like this, like quite touristy places, if you actually have to walk to get somewhere, especially if it's up a hill, you'll be the only one there. Same in even Bali, like, or Thailand. There'll be maybe a couple other like people there, maybe backpackers because they make more of an effort. But that's it. There won't be any Instagrammers there. Honestly, like if you make an effort to get somewhere, it pays off 99% of the time. I've seen a lot of Australia at this point, and I reckon here, Rottnest Island, I think this might be the most beautiful place I've seen. Look at this. The whitest sand, the bluest water. And yes, Exmouth had similar things, but it's just so unbearably hot in Exmouth. Like 47 degrees. And the flies were just everywhere. Here, almost no flies, there's a few, but barely any. And it's like 20 degrees. It's perfect. It's so good. We're literally the only ones on this huge beach. Like maybe it goes from there, maybe 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers long. The only ones. Coming here on a weekday, it's a Thursday today, in mid-October, is such a top tip. How's your swim? Okay, so the road to here, where my thumb is closed off. So we're going on foot to make it right to the end. We've done all the bottom half. Once we get there, we just need to blast it back up here, the wind's behind us, and then back to the settlement, which is that main area just up there. So we're at the furthest point, we're just walking up to it now, and in the distance we could just see 3 humpback whales all shooting their water out and doing their humpback thing, which was amazing. So that's 4 whales we've seen on this trip so far. There's also some seals down here, and there's dolphins. As the wave picks up, the dolphins are jumping out of the face of the wave, like playing in the waves. This is amazing. I'll try and get some of it on camera. So we've got some pretty cool looking birds down here, chilling out on the rock. Some seals or sea lions down here, doing some yoga. Some dolphins over there jumping out of the waves, and 3 humpback whales, 1, 2, 3 in the distance. So far we've been in Western Australia for just over a month, and so far we've seen kangaroos up close, we've seen an emu really close, it came over Lisa's shoulder while she was eating. We've seen turtles, we've swam with multiple turtles, we've seen 4 whales, we've seen loads of dolphins, we've seen loads of seals. Lisa saw a stingray, but only kind of the shadow of one in the water right by her. We've seen loads of fish, we've seen so much wildlife in 1 month in Western Australia. There's a lot of cool stuff here. And also, we've seen 2 koalas, just to top it all off. It seems like your main options for getting around Rottnest Island are walk it, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's pretty massive. Cycle it, like what we've done, which is the cheapest and the most like exercise way to do it. But it's pretty hilly, so it's quite knackering. You could get an electric bike, you could rent an electric scooter, which you stand up on, which looks pretty good way to get around. They're a bit slow though. And I've seen a couple of elderly people, absolute legends, renting mobility scooters, cruising around the island on mobility scooters. Or you can get a bus if you want, but
So we've just returned the bikes, and now we're going to head back to the ferry terminal and hopefully see some more quokkas on the way. There's one.
Yeah.
You want another one? Go this?
Just refilled our water bottles. There isn't that many water refills when you get away from the town here, so recommend taking lots of water depending on what time of the year that you're here. If you're here when it's like 40 degrees, take shitloads of water.
Oh! How the heck did you get up at there? Hello. Hello. I don't have anything for you.
How's your day on Rottnest Island been?
Amazing.
What was your favourite bit?
The Quokkas.
What was your second favourite bit?
The seals.
My favourite bit was seeing 4 whales. That was pretty amazing. I've never seen a whale in the wild before. And the beaches here are like unbelievably good. I highly recommend coming to Rottnest Island. That was a proper good day, wasn't it?
Highly recommend.
So we're just getting to our boat 30 minutes early, because that's what it says you should do. So on that journey back, we saw more than 10 whales. So total, I reckon we've seen 20 whales today. And I just saw this poster. Whale watching cruise, September to November. So we're prime whale season, and it shows. So yeah, that was unexpected, but amazing. So we started here. We went all the way around here, right to the end. This is where we saw the whales and the dolphins and the seals and everything. And then all the way back up, round the outside of the golf course, and back to settlement where we started. And then we went back to the mainland. So that's one complete lap of Rottnest Island.